haven't heard a good banger from Tate in a minute.
We miss it. We miss it.
No.
Yeah, he's been off.
He got to get like special permission from like an imam.
Yeah.
You know, like to be like, yo, you could still say that wild shit. You know what I mean? Like Allah has a sense of humor too. Like
he's like a loss leader for the brand. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you can do whatever you want, but you're helping bring people in. You know what I mean? Get out there in the world.
Go.
He's a loss leader.
Start mixing it up.
That's so good.
Get out there, but just bring people back into the flag. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I need some bangers, bro. That's a good one. That shit about the driving a car, that's good.
That's
Brilliant.
great, dude. Great.
Test it out. Go home. Just don't even ask. Just toss a tennis ball. Just see what happens. See what happens.
I'm gonna join Hustlers University for the jokes, I think. Maybe they're all behind a paywall.
I don't know. And I mean this sincerely. As high as I've gotten off of Tesla or ecstasy, I have felt that by laughing with you guys and laughing with my boys. Like I've genuinely reached chemical levels of ecstasy without drugs.
Yeah.
Just by hanging around with friends and absolutely dying laughing at a situation or circumstance.
Yeah.
Telling stories together, reliving those stories, just having meals, plotting what our goals are. Like I've reached those levels. I've experienced that just by camaraderie and friendship. And if your life circumstances have led you into these situations where it's much harder for you to build those and actually trust them, well, fuck, man, I feel bad. You don't know how dope this shit is. Like, you don't know how going out to dinner with like 4 of my friends, going out to dinner with you guys, like what it feels like. That is amazing. And you don't know what that's like. And that's not even human. That our existence is supposed to be that. There's supposed to be a fucking campfire.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be all busting balls about how difficult it was to hunt some bison, and then we go to sleep. Like, you're missing out on the human existence.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, if they're missing out. I don't know. I guess I'm curious how many of them have
It's hard to paint the case for pity for multi-millionaires, but yeah, I do
100%. And there's so many people who, like, there's so many, like, incels out there who don't have that.
Yeah.
There are also people who are poor that don't have that.
Yes.
And I feel bad for them, too.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that they get to develop that.
Yeah, that sucks twice.
That sucks twice. Because you don't have the money to distract you with. You got to sit in that. You know?
So yeah, Bieber, I feel bad for that one thing. And like, even if you try to treat him normally, it's like, it's still Bieber.
Bro,
I mean,
no, you're right. I don't know. I remember when I was living in Barcelona, I would go watch these old men play bocce ball.
Oh yeah.
And I would watch like every day after I played ball. I'd walk back to my place and I'd go sit down and just watch them. And I can understand what some of them are saying. They were speaking Catalan, so like I didn't understand exactly. But it wasn't about understanding. It was, I saw a bunch of guys who were 70, 80 years old.
Yeah.
Busting balls.
Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, bocce ball, right? Yeah, this is good.
That was
So
good.
it's
I
like,
didn't even get it.
But it's like busting balls, having fun, teasing one guy. Like I saw my friend group in real time. And it gave me so much like hope. I was like, oh, wow, this just keeps going? Like we can all be 80? Like I was playing basketball and I'd play going, one day I'm not gonna be able to play like this and it's gonna suck and what's gonna happen after that? And then I saw these guys playing this stupid game and it wasn't about the game. It's about the excuse to get together. And I don't care if it's fucking golf. I don't care if it's podcasting. I don't care if it's fantasy football. Like look how much fun guys have with fantasy football. Who gives a fuck?
It is funny that guys do need an objective though. You need an objective.
Not an objective.
actually
No,
disagree.
I don't think it's that. I think
We
it's
create
an excuse.
objectives.
That's my point. Like we always do that.
No, this
Like,
is.
But you can't just be like, you guys
Can I
just
tell
want to
you
go
what
like
I think
talk?
it is? I think it's an excuse.
Yeah.
It's, I gotta tell my wife, I'm hanging out with my friends, but I can't just say, hey, I want to hang out with my friends and not you.
Even before you had a girl,
that's
though.
a thing.
Even before you had a girl, would you hit up your boys and be like, do you guys want to like talk today?
No,
Let's talk.
No,
It's
it's
hang
just
out. We just call it hanging out.
Yeah, but
It's
it'd be
just
like,
hang out.
oh, you want to like watch the game? You want to like dig a hole?
We're too insecure to say let's talk and get vulnerable,
That's
but
my
do you want to
point.
hang out?
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
just
same
an
thing.
excuse.
we gotta
to-
normalize talking. You know what? Hey, let's just talk.
But that's what we like. But we also like having something there so that we can, explore something. But yeah, the excuse is the game. The excuse is the other things. But I'll be honest, I don't want something that's too draining and too absorbing. Like when I'm hanging out with my boys, I don't want soccer. Soccer's the worst game to hang out with your boys because you have to watch every second or you're gonna miss the thing that's happening. So now you miss out on all the chat.
Yeah.
Food is the best.
Yeah.
There's just enough distraction, but you can also talk. Everybody's sharing.
That's why America's pastime was baseball.
Yeah.
It was, it was a talking sport.
I kind of feel like that's why soccer didn't pick up in America in general.
We couldn't
Like,
talk shit.
You can't run ads while the
that's
game's
also-
going the whole time.
There's
and
no commercial break.
Every American sport, people there's okay, focus, and then like hang out, talk. And then focus, and then, talk.
It is a nice thing about football. There's always just a break to talk or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, even actual football.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about football.
I'm talking about NFL football.
Yeah.
That's like, every 5-10 minutes, there's going to be a break for 2 minutes. We're chatting, we're talking, whatever.
Yeah.
Even if you're alone, you're texting your homies during the commercial. Hey, XYZ happened.
Yeah. And basketball, you don't even got to pay attention to the fourth quarter, really. Like, you can lock in if you want, but you don't have to. You're not going to miss out on too much as long as the score is close. And if there is an absolutely crazy play, they're going to run it back, put on the Jumbotron immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, having that ability to kind of just connect, man, that is
And when you're famous young, you don't get that. If you got famous at 24, no matter how famous you get and how crazy it gets, you got your homies from back in the day who still see you as that guy.
Yeah.
When you're famous at 11, 12, Macaulay Culkin, fucking 8 years old, it's like you have no friends.
You have this distrust too, man, because everybody's trying to just extract from you.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if there is someone new, it's hard to let them in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And also, people know that everybody's trying to extract from you, so they operate with you differently, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're around a person that you know doesn't believe that you want anything from them,
Yeah.
you can be completely normal.
Yeah.
If you're around someone that you think they might think that you want something from them,
I'm off.
it's hard to be your true self.
I'm off.
So you don't even get people's true selves. And that's, I think, why a lot of the times these guys have like hanger-ons that are really good at making them feel comfortable, but might not be like the most pure people.
Yeah.
They just know how to be comfortable around someone that it induces discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's almost, for that person, that famous person, it's better to be around someone who's at least comfortable knowing that they're extracting than around these other people who don't even know how to behave around you because you're so famous.
I envy those guys who can be natural because I can't not think about how famous you are. If you're like, for somebody I admire especially, I have to just tell you. Otherwise, we're being completely phony.
Inauthentic.
Yeah.
I just want to get it out the way.
Yeah. And even then, I'm still going to be a little bit, but at least we know why.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? You meet a famous person and then you like introduce yourself and then they say it back and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But like you do that fake thing. We're like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, what was your name? Like every time, anytime, even like Rogan came through, I was like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. And like, my name is Mark. And then he had to say his name. And I was like, why are we doing this? Like, I kind of agree with you. I'm like, I wish I could just come forward and be like, I know who you are. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
you know
say
what I mean?
that.
Like, just push it
I'm
out.
a big fan. I try to get it out right away. If I'm a big fan, it's like, let's just say it, and now we know.
Yeah.
I think I clammed up a bit around Burr. When we met Burr, because I just got into a car and you were just like, yo, get in this car. And then I'm sitting next to Burr, and that felt like a weird time to be like, hey, by the way, man, I'm a huge, you know what I mean? So we just let him be Burr.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there like this is the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah. No, I felt the same way. It's you meeting the people that you admire.
You know, it's an interesting thing when you see those, the Titans, like Bill Burr's talking to Chris Rock or whoever.
Yeah.
There's like an unspoken thing when you're that big where it's like, I know you can't possibly want anything from me.
Yeah.
Let's just talk shop.
Yeah.
And it's like a pure thing that happens that I've seen it's like so fucking cool to me because it's like, yo, we're being completely unmasked here. You get it, I get it. Only there was like 1,000 people in the world who understand what we understand, and we don't want anything from each other. Let's just relate to one another.
Yeah. No, it is a beautiful thing. That was what was great about that show that Gervais put out with him,
Talking
Rock,
Funny
and,
or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Seinfeld and Louis.
Yeah.
There were some like really genuine fucking moments there where you're like, oh shit, they actually really captured. It's hard, but they captured with cameras what it's like when comics are just hanging around busting balls. I'll be honest, I hope that people get that from this pod, man. I hope that. Yeah, I hope that's what we're putting out there in the world. We always talk about the greatest hang on the internet, but at the end of the day, it's like I hope people are tapping into that camaraderie, and I hope they get a little of it. Maybe they're working at home or working remote, and they don't get the opportunity to be like hanging out with their friends as much. And hopefully hopefully they're listening. Hopefully they're listening right now, and they're like, oh yeah, this feels like that nice, beautiful, cozy feeling I have when I'm with my guys.
Yeah.
And
We'll give you that every week, 3 times a week, but still call your homies. You know
what I mean? Yeah.
Reach out to your boys. Tell them you miss them. Tell them you love them. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what I like about the movies that I'm like, I always talk about Ocean's 11. It's like, I love the relationships.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Every movie you like.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I loved Ocean's 11, but I was like, I don't feel like that many people have seen it, or is a movie most people just left behind.
Yeah.
But I'll like rewatch it as almost like comfort food sometimes
Yeah.
on Netflix, where it's like, it's just guys. It's also cool because they're so famous.
Yeah.
But they're like, they just have chemistry and camaraderie and friendship, and you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
It's just a great. I didn't like 12 or 13. I think you liked. I thought they were fine.
I just
like
love
the whole
them.
like it's new but it's like they've been friends forever. It's just cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's, even fucking, if I look back at the movies that were influential to me in my life, Swingers, White Man Can't Jump, like I'm looking at relationships that people are building.
Yeah.
And, and just that camaraderie. I really think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like,
What was it about every Nicolas Cage movie you think?
well, he's just so great at creating relationships. Also, like the way he can find treasures in America. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
a lot of people can't find treasures like
I
that.
saw a Nick Cage movie that I liked. Fuck, what was the last movie called? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Expectations. It's fun.
yeah.
It's really funny.
He's
and
funny,
you
yeah.
watch it and you're like, Nick Cage is great. He's good. He's self-aware. He's funny. He gets it all.
Yeah.
Watch that movie and you'll be like, okay.
Imagine
Nick
if
Cage
he
is
was
great.
at Art Basel. How much would you have liked it?
Oh, bro.
Dude, if you walked into that party, that mid-mansion party, and just Nick Cage was there, and he's sitting there like, this shit sucks, and you'd be like, bro, that's Nick Cage.
Yo, that is
That's
so
what you
funny
need.
because I absolutely, it would change my
A
view of the
million
party.
percent.
1,000,000%.
And then he'd be on someone's podcast and be like, dude, Art Basel sucks. These fucking guys. It's everything I hate about Miami. Ugh.
Yeah.
He could take you to walk around and see some art.
Yeah.
That is another weird thing about like getting some level of like fame is that like now just fame in general isn't impressive to me. It's like it was not like it was before, but it's random that you see somebody that you've seen in a movie or TV show.
Growing
you
up in
get
Orlando,
excited.
like I would meet someone that has 1 million Instagram followers
Yeah.
and be like, what?
What? Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then now you meet them in New York and it's like, oh yeah, I'm an influencer. And you're like, all right.
Yeah, everybody's an influencer.
Yeah.
I guess I think now it's more like if I really like the thing that you create,
Yeah.
I get excited. And I don't give a fuck if everybody else at the party doesn't know who the fuck you are. Like if I die laughing at a thing that you make, that to me is the qualifier. How much do I just love the content?
Yeah.
And that's what really fucking excites me.
Well, that's cool. Like Rogan will have someone on his podcast that isn't that bit famous.
Yeah.
But he'll be like, dude, I watch your videos all the time.
Yeah.
You have awesome takes. This thing you did, and you can see he's really enthusiastic about it. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait, Rogan likes someone that's smaller than him?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
forget in your brain, like, oh yeah, he just likes cool shit and
Yeah.
isn't thinking about, oh, here's where I am in the social thing.
Yeah.
Even though you just look at everyone when you're at the bottom is just so much bigger.
Yeah.
But you could just, you just look at quality and like, oh, what are they making that I really respect?
Yeah. What is the thing that I love about your content? Simple as that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.